Hey S7 crew. Alright, this is the long video for the front and mid pegs on my rocket. Show you how I did it. Not really how I did it, but the process entails. Can't have mid pegs and front pegs, they said. One or the other, they said. Not possible, they said. There is clearance, not much, but there is clearance, and it doesn't touch. Mine is the 2022 Rocket 3 GT that came with the forward controls. I went and I bought the mid controls and moved everything back. And it does reuse some of the hardware from the forward controls, but it does leave you with the mounts. But as it sits, you cannot use the mid controls with the front mounts because of the control arms running into the mount frame. So what you end up doing, you can mount these up. You just wouldn't be able to use the brake or the shifter because they'll hit. So what I ended up doing is, after I installed the mid controls, I mounted these up, and I took a Sharpie and I kind of drew out roughly where I was going to end up cutting. And I didn't end up cutting. I ended up using a felt sander. But I drew this out, and you want to go slow. You don't want to take it all at once. You can always remove more material, but you won't be able to add more back if you make a mistake. So go slow, do it little by little, measuring out, test fitting to see, to find your clearance. Originally, I thought the right-hand side was going to be more difficult because there's going to be more material to remove. However, that was not the case. This actually ended up being the easier side of the two. The reason why it was easier on the right-hand side than the left-hand side is because the mount on the left-hand side came right up next to the shifter. So this comes way out. This is the original distance here. Came way out underneath this control arm. It was very difficult to get the clearance from here, from the back of this to here, and also for the clearance of my foot. I was not able to reuse the bolts that came with this mount, and I'll include the measurements. It should pop up on the screen here of what these bolts originally are. These are the bolts that I ended up getting, and that's the name of the company that I got them from online. Lowe's didn't have any, Home Depot didn't have any for what I was looking for. This is the original bolt that was holding in the mount, but the head of it was going to stick out too far. So I knew I needed something that had a taper to it, but I wanted to stick with the Allen wrench head. I wasn't sure exactly what size bolt I was going to go with, what length I was going to go with. So this, all three have the tapered head with the Allen head, and this thread length matches the original thread length, but that was going to stick out too far. I knew that, but I ordered two of each anyway. So I've got two left over of this that I never used, and then I used one of each of these. This one for the one closest to the rider, because it was the shortest and sat more flush. And then this one for the one closest to the tire, because I was going to need more thread. I would recommend using some blue Loctite on these so that they don't back out. They shouldn't anyway, but just to be safe, I would use blue Loctite. To do all the grinding, I bought one of these machines off of Amazon. That's the machine right there. It was $100, but I had to go and I bought these belts for grinding down metal, and they work really good. I took off the original belt because I wasn't going to use it. I didn't use it at all. So that's the original belt. It's meant for wood. But all the grinding I did was using this machine, as you can tell from all the shaving. When you're doing the grinding, make sure that you use gloves, and if you have to, use a pair of pliers or vice grips. The parts do get hot as you're grinding it, and I utilized mostly this round down here. It spins that way, and that's what gave me my tapers. Nice smooth rounded edges. After doing the grinding on these, it does give some marks. It has lines in it. I do have one of these tools, and before I go to have the parts powder coated in that, I'll use that to smooth out the lines, make it look more professional. But I was just trying to get things put together and making sure it was all going to work right. Here you can see the bolts. Like I said, I used the shorter one, and I used the long one here with the tapered heads. These sit very nicely, and you can see the taper that it gave me. I put 2 tapers in it. I went flat here, tapered up, went flat again, tapered back up, so that way my foot would miss. And those are the Honda foot pegs. I'll put a link to those for Amazon. They're like $13, and they're spring loaded, came with the pins, cotter pins as well, so they work nice. Plenty of rubber on them. I tried painting them up a little bit, but they're aluminum and the paint didn't stick. Eventually I'll get everything powder coated accordingly. I painted these, the center band, this here. I want to get these all powder coated. On this side, I used the original bolts. They were fine, they didn't stick out too far. You can see they're still hidden from the top. But yeah, like I said, the paint didn't stick very well at all. So there you go. Forward and mid controls. Now if you have a GT and you have the forward controls and you go to the mid, what are you going to do with the mounts? They don't give you additional foot pegs to use for the mid controls. You have to reuse your forward pegs. So, but for $13, these Honda ones work out great. Oh, that reminds me. That's what I'm forgetting. The Honda pegs. So on the Honda pegs, initially they don't fit in between here. So what I did was I used that belt grinder and I ground down this bottom fork of the peg, not the mount. So I ground that down enough so that it'll fit in there nicely, and it still moves, but it's spring loaded. But yeah, you will have to grind that down so that you can fit it in between your mount, but grind down this bottom fork of the foot peg, not the mount. Okay, so that's what it took for me to get this done. I can't stress enough that this is not a quick job. This is something that you're gonna need time and patience with. It's gonna be some grinding, some fitting, grinding, fitting, checking it. Like I said, you can always take away more material, but you're not gonna be able to add material back if you make a mistake. So grind and fit. Sounds like it should be a song. So, and again, do this at your own risk. It's your bike, not mine. I'm not responsible for what you do to your bike. And now I have to clean up. It makes a big mess. Complaints from my brother that the shoes that we have off to the side there caught some metal shavings and possibly ruined a pair of his shoes. They're garage shoes anyway. But yeah, makes a big mess. Make sure you're in a place that you can just fling the shavings wherever you want, clean them up later. But that's what I've got to do right now. I've got to clean up some shavings, a lot of shavings, big mess, and see if I can right some wrongs with shoes. All right, stay tuned, be blessed, stay safe.
There are S7 protocols, okay?
Triple black is back. Oops. Dress appropriately. There's a good reason for that. Honestly, I never have had this issue of putting something in a hole. Stay tuned.